Hi Rockford, I'm Macy Dion.
And I'm Tegan Emerson.
And welcome to this week's edition of Beyond the Rock School News.
Hey Macy, did you hear about how advanced conditioning was run during online school?
No, I didn't, but Jacob Peck got a closer look into how the class was run.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
This year, due to coronavirus, things are starting off a little bit different in the weight room.
Even better. Moving through the exercise.
Coach Cummings and Mrs. O'Malley were willing to share with us the challenges that they faced when going virtual.
The biggest challenge for me is, that reduced personal connection with each kid.
When you teach phys ed, people are not quiet. You can hear them breathing, you can hear them struggling, you kind of get feedback.
There's high fives, there's discussions that go on throughout a workout that you're able to have feedback.
So when you teach online, it's quiet. It's like the first couple days I was like, you three turn your mics on so I can hear you breathing.
And then an excitement comes about you that this is a new challenge, something that's going to be exciting for kids.
The first day I was super nervous. I didn't know how it was going to go, and then you see familiar faces and they smile. And
the smiles afterwards, even though it's through a camera onto the computer screens, still to see that excitement and buy-in from our students, that is a pretty special deal.
No matter the challenge, the Rockford Rams will always pull through in the end. This has been Jacob Peck with Beyond the Rock School News, signing off.
Wow, they really had to get creative and work even harder with all the new changes.
Speaking of working hard, the people who had stands at the Rockford Farmers Market had to work extra hard to find ways to get their stands up and running.
A Beyond the Rock crew was able to speak with some of the local vendors at the farmers market about the changes that were made.
The Rockford Farmers Market is a place where local farms come together to sell a wide variety of food.
We sell anything from sweet corn, apples, we grow about almost every vegetable you could think of, just about.
For many farms, this has been an annual event.
So this is our 6th season at the market, which is the number of years that we've had a farm.
Luckily, the market is still in place this year, even though there are new guidelines for everyone to follow.
So everything, as you can probably tell, there's hand sanitizing stations out. Everything is hands-free. We grab all the produce for the customers. That way we limit touching of the produce, that way less contamination.
A lot of the bagging of the products is done from behind the table.
Along with limiting customers' contact with the products, social distancing measures have been implemented as well.
We've had to put in distancing tables, so make sure that we are 6 feet from our customers.
Surprisingly, the amount of customers that came to the market this year increased.
I think there's less customers wanting to go out to the grocery stores, and I think there's definitely an increase for local food.
These businesses don't just come to the market to sell. They enjoy having a special relationship with customers.
That adds another element to growing and why I like farming.
It's a great community to be serving in, and great customers, and always busy.
This has been Megan Hart with Beyond the Rock, signing off.
I'm so glad that everyone was able to get their stands running this year, even with all the guidelines.
With all the craziness surrounding COVID, we were still able to add a fun new class to our school.
This new astronomy class with Mr. Pilko has really added some excitement back into our school year. Dominic Reale got a closer look at what this class is about.
And I said, honey, look, it's the Bohr model of the atom. He won a Nobel Prize for that in the 1920s. And my wife was like, you're a giant nerd.
This giant nerd is Mr. Pilko, and he's the teacher of the new astronomy class here at Rockford High School.
One of the things that my students really like to do, especially on a Friday, is to ask me a lot of sort of random questions like, what would it be like if you fell into a black hole? Or what does Einstein's theory of relativity tell us? I thought, well, if students are really this interested in it, why don't we make a whole class about it? They're going to crash. They're going to do a sugar crash.
We asked Mr. Pilko where the inspiration for the new astronomy class came from.
And that's my favorite part of this class, is that there's nothing that comes after. So you want to spend more time talking about black holes, let's spend more time talking about black holes. We get to actually learn about the things that really interest you.
Mr. Pilko wants this class to be fueled by the curiosity of the students.
One of the things I love about astronomy personally is that it is a great reminder of what a tiny little speck we are in the universe, right? We are floating in space on a dust mote, right? As Carl Sagan says, we are a mote of dust in a sunbeam.
This new class is a great way for Mr. Pilko to share his love and knowledge of the universe with his students.
And that's personally my favorite part. The awe it inspires in me, and I think the awe it inspires in students. What elements did we see? Well, we saw
This is Dominic Reale with Beyond the Rock News, signing off.
It's exciting that we got to add a new class this year.
I agree. Now time for some last-minute announcements. Good luck to the football team as they head to West Ottawa.
Don't forget, next week, be sure to vote for your 2020-21 Homecoming King and Queen. That's all we have for this week's edition of Beyond the Rock School News.
Once again, I'm Tegan Emerson.
And I am Macy Dion. Have a great weekend, Rockford.
Okay. Okay. Are you ready?
How are you so good at this?
My mom is on the news. Okay.
Oh, I just burped! Okay. I don't have COVID. It's exciting that we got to add a new... Okay.
I agree. Now time for some last... Okay, start over.